Hi, my name is Jessica Tollman, and my age, well, I don't tell my age, but I'm old. And where I'm from Chicago, a suburb of Chicago, a northern suburb of Chicago. It's very close to the Illinois-Wisconsin border. And in fact, if I want to have a nice long walk, I can walk into Wisconsin. That's how close I am. This is my first visit to Antarctica, and I really love it here. It's really what I expected it would be because I did a lot of research about Antarctica before I came here, so I had a pretty good idea of what I was going to find when I got here. What do I do back home? Well, back home I'm a student. Like many of you, I went back to school. I had deferred my education for a long time, and kind of it goes back with what I do back home too. I had went to junior college, and so I got my education at junior college, and then I was an investigator for the Attorney General's office for a long time, and then I found my way into human resources, and I did that for a long time. And then, like a lot of people now out there in the world, they find that they don't have a job anymore because of the economy and corporate restructuring and corporate organizations, and I found myself in that situation as well. So I went back to school and got my bachelor's degree. I went to DePaul University in Chicago, and I went to a school called School for New Learning. And that is a different kind of education model than you typically see in a university setting. It is what is called a competency-based education model. And I'll talk to that a little bit later. And then, since I was on this education kick, I went ahead and got my double master's. And then they recruited me, a company recruited me, and I worked in Oklahoma for a while. And while I was in Oklahoma, I started another graduate degree, and I just took one of my last classes before I came here. So that's kind of my journey coming here to Antarctica. My reason for coming, I just love adventure, to try something new. I love to be associated with science. I'm in no way a scientist, but I'm here. And just being part of a learning experience, something different. And I love what HR is doing here, Human Resources is doing here on the ice. Fun fact about me, well, I'm not really that excited person. But one of the things that I think is kind of exciting about me, I had mentioned earlier that I was at DePaul and a new education model, which is competency-based. And one of the things you have to do in that program, you have to do something you've never done before in your life, and that's called experiential learning. And my project for experiential learning was to hike the Appalachian Trail. So the Appalachian Trail is on the eastern seaboard, and it goes from Maine to northern Georgia. So my dog, Casey, and I hiked the Appalachian Trail. It took us almost a year, 9 months, and it was really quite an adventure for us. And that was part of my education, getting my bachelor's degree. Fun facts about me. Well, I'll talk about Casey. Casey's a lot more interesting than I am. Casey's my dog. She's a white Alaskan Malamute. She weighs about 110 pounds. And Casey is also a therapy dog. Now, a therapy dog is a dog that goes to hospitals and works with people that are non-communicative. They may have had a stroke, they may just have mental problems, psychological problems if they don't communicate. So the dog interacts with them and gets them to communicate. It's really an interesting process. So Casey's my dog, and she and I go to hospitals and we help people talk to people again. What does my job here in Antarctica do? Well, I'm in human resources. Some people used to see that as a personnel department. And that's part of it true, because we do hire people. We interview them, hire them, make them job offers. We also talk to managers and see what jobs they have open here on the ice, and so we want to recruit for those jobs and fill them. And that's pretty classic, and some people think of HR or human